And this is how crazy Sunday was in the DTL universe. Live on primetime, on Stadium. This happened, and we sweated it out together. Jaden Daniels, Noah Brown, touchdown, and the Commanders. They take victory from the jaws of defeat. Noah Brown, welcome to being a legend in the nation's capital, and welcome to all of you to Driving the Line live on Stadium. We are here live every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm your boy, the coach. I kind of navigate this ship. We also are replayed at 4 p.m. Eastern in the afternoon. And then don't forget tonight, also DTL Prime Time live at 7 Eastern time, as so many different pieces of content are coming your way. Now, how close were we to a fantastic day? Garrett Wilson set on 5 catches. Patrick Mahomes was at 20 yards. The Chiefs were up 14 with 2 minutes to go, but that's football. You can turn a really good day into a crappy day, but that's why we have a crew. Thank God for AB. Thank God for our man, Big Chuck, as well. Now, do not forget, every single weekday, we have a brand new podcast. Brand new audio. It's not from the morning show. 20 to 30 minutes, never longer than a half hour. It drops around 2 p.m. Eastern in the afternoon. And my partner, as always, was perfect. AB, what a crazy, crazy weekend in football. Good morning, sir.
Morning, coach. Morning, crew. Yeah, it was, man. Josh Allen finally threw that pick. First interception of the year. Got him on that.
You called it. You absolutely called it. The Bills, we have so many things to get into. Arizona, a late win. You had Packers with a late win. It was bananas. Game 3 of the World Series tonight. How do we pack it into 60 minutes, AB? I don't know.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. All right, here we go. Do not forget, Howie Schwab would love these shows. These are the crew play of the day. We go to Monday Night Football tonight, AB. What do we got?
Got 2 games. Monday Night Football and the World Series, Game 3, all right? So you're going Giants +6, Steelers -6. Are you going Dodgers money line +125 or Yankees money line at home -145? Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show.
Boy, the Yankees backed into a corner, down 2-0. Full World Series Game 3 preview coming up at the bottom of the hour. But I got the best crew in the game, and I mean in the game. They are chomping at the bit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the picks. And we're going 5 wide today with 3 of our absolute very best. He was on the road in AB's world today, or this weekend. Z-Man, you made it back safely. Good morning.
Safely is one way to put it, but what a city, Nashville. I mean, I had high expectations going in. Right when I got to Broadway Street on Friday night, I was like, I live here now. They managed to get me to come home, but oh boy, I was exhausted yesterday. Had 2 action-packed nights in Nashville for college football tailgate with ESPN Radio.
Amazing. And you sounded great. I got to hear part of the show. AB, go.
Well, I was going to say, all right, so I text some of my buddies over there at the Vanderbilt Athletic Department, and I asked them, I said, how is ESPN Radio doing? How's my man Zaslow and the boys going? And they, quote, said, fantastic. We would be honored to have him back anytime.
Oh, very nice. Listen, wow. I'm very big in Nashville, so I like to hear that.
Wow. The home team wants the home team back. Well done, AB. Well freaking done. And Vandy almost got it done. They almost got it done. 27-24. 27-24. All right, now he is our numbers guy. Last night did a fantastic job. You see him all over DTL. But now, my goodness, you're getting close to the presidential election. Your schedule is packed solid. Rafael Esparza, good morning, sir.
Yeah, a little exhausted this morning, but we had a bad Sunday morning and picks, but swept the board last night on Sundown prime time. So who cares about what happened in the morning? It's all about evening money.
Thank you, Rafael. I appreciate that. And this man always comes in with a swagger. He's a man from the dirty. Good morning, Big Chuck.
Morning, Coach, crew. Yesterday was definitely a day for close calls, but last week was kind of so ho-hum, as you like to say. Ready to get that one behind us. New week, tons of opportunities. Definitely excited to get it going.
You're damn right. And look at that live number already. Man, everybody's coming at the start of the show, and we absolutely can't thank you enough. Live on Stadium, simulcast on YouTube every single day. Is that a special ball over there, AB? What do you got over there?
You know what? I'm going to show everybody here in a little while. We break down the game. There's a difference in temperature in LA and New York, and it has to do with pitching grips.
All right, a little tease forward at about 10:32 this morning, 7:32 my time. AB's got a little show and tell for us when we're talking about the World Series. And guys, I thought that yesterday was so great. And this weekend it was so great. We've got Monday mishaps coming up in about 13 minutes. But I thought before we even tackle the picks, before we even tackle the Giants and Steelers, that maybe, because there were so many great stories, there's something out there that really tickled your fancy from yesterday. AB, do you got anything to start us off?
Oh, I definitely do. The Tennessee Titans, this is what happens when you're more concerned about sharing feelings in the workplace and everybody has to be buddies, right? Yeah. How's that working out for you? What are you, 1-6? Gave up 52 to the Lions yesterday? Yeah, that's what happens when you're more concerned about that than just doing a damn job.
It may be the first time in the history of the NFL. I don't know this. I'd have to put Raphael on it. But the Lions, Jared Goff, had 85 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and they scored 52 points. 85 yards passing. That's it. And they scored 52 points against those Tennessee Titans. Z-Man, what tickled your fancy this weekend?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not football related, but you know I love pro wrestling, all right? And I love the Hulkster. I don't know if you guys saw at Madison Square Garden over the weekend, Hulk Hogan, he is endorsing President Trump, whatever. What a time to be alive, by the way, that Hulk Hogan is doing these kind of appearances. But did you see when he was ripping the shirt? He couldn't rip the shirt. The shirt wasn't, you got to gimmick the shirts. The shirt wasn't gimmicked properly. He couldn't get the shirt off. And then finally, when the Hulkster did figure out, where the gimmick is and he could rip it off, that was a rough look. I love the Hulkster, but come on. You got to be better than that, Hulk.
It was rough. It was really, really rough. And we have to go back, 40 years when the Hulkster headlined WrestleMania 1 in that same building with Mr. T, brother. And last night couldn't get the shirt off. Embarrassing. Raphael, what do you got from the weekend?
I hate to do this, Big Chuck, but really the Saints they were 2-0 heading in to the halftime. I thought that was their timeouts left in the game. I didn't know that was their score. 2 points. Pull the anchorage, rip the Band-Aid, get everything out that has a Sean Payton era and just get it out the door because this team is not ready. Blow it up, rebuild. The defense looks old. 2 points getting into halftime. Luckily, they hit a field goal. They had 5 points at halftime. Rip the Band-Aid, Saints.
I can't even, Raphael can't even say something good when we're trying to tickle the fancy. He still has to go to Monday mishaps.
I got to say, look, the only thing that checked out, right, of a crazy day was that the Chargers Saints was 5-2. That was absolutely on par for both of those teams.
So crazy. You're absolutely right. Big Chuck, what do you got? What tickled your fancy?
Then the Saints couldn't even get that last touchdown, at least get it to 41 or even have a chance to get to 42. But it has to be my man, Jaden Daniels. Anytime an LSU alum comes out there, and throws that, we don't see those type of bombs every day. And the way he ran around for 13 seconds with a bad rib and still chunked it over 60 yards, that one just has to be the one for me over the weekend.
All right, it was good. We'll refocus on something else on that coming up in Educate and Entertain. So we're going to keep this pretty quick because I really wanted to do that. But tonight, Primetime Live, Giants, Steelers coming off a big win last week over the Jets. Russell Wilson settled in now. And I got to tell you, if they win tonight, it's incredible, AB. They're laying 6 against the Giants. But if they win, they will be in first place all by themselves. Your original take?
My take is that, Russell Wilson, don't come out too confident. All right. He can do that. He went from getting booed to getting cheered. Be careful, buddy. Don't do it. The Giants can blitz you. They're going to come after you. This is going to be an interesting game. It's a very low total.
Oh, I agree with that. Z-Man, let me come over to you because the Steelers, when you're staring at Baltimore 5-3 after losing to the Browns, this is a huge opportunity for them.
Yeah, I can't believe we're living in a world where by the midway point of the season, and what I think is the toughest division in football, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be in first place all by themselves if they win this game tonight. I feel like at some point we got to get a little bit of a dose of reality with Pittsburgh. I like the Giants tonight. Russell Wilson, he was pretty good last week. They scored 37 points. I'm not saying that he won't be, I'm not saying he's going to be bad tonight, but my God, when does the other shoe drop on this Steeler team?
It begs the question. And I feel like that's it. We talked about Josh Allen finally throwing an interception. There's a lot of things that are going on right now that you're like, man, are we in banana land? All right, I'll get the takes from Raphael and Charles a little bit later on the show, but we got to get to the picks. We've got to get to the picks. So, AB, let me come back over to you. You got one big one tonight on World Series game number 3. Where are you headed?
Going to Aaron Judge, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. All right. Not only is he playing at home, but I've listened specifically to what Judge said after game 2, after he has just been in a slump of slumps, can't touch the ball. And I listened to hear what he said. Did he blame something else? No. The man said, it's on me. I'll fix it. You're damn sure I'll fix it. I'm riding with Aaron Judge tonight. I love anybody who takes control and takes the problem in his own hands. Dude, all rise. Judge going off tonight.
Have some ownership. That's what stars do. That's what big-time players do. They celebrate their teams when they win. They own it when they lose. Raphael, coming over to you right now because you're looking also at the Yankees tonight. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm going to wait because I'm hoping Dodger money wakes up and bets this number down because huge money has come in the past 15 minutes. Some shops have minus 155, minus 160 on the Yankees. Wake up, Dodger fans. Lower this number so I can bet the Yankees. I think the Yankees win this one, make it a series. But Aaron Judge, he looks like Jabu from Major League. Can't hit the curveball all of a sudden. Take a walk sometimes, Aaron. Just quit swinging at bad pitches. I need a W tonight.
Quit swinging at bad what?
Pitches.
Oh, pitches. Okay, very good. Pitches. Very good. My IFB, I didn't think I was hearing correctly. Big Chuck, coming over to you. You're also on World Series game number 3, but you think there will be runs. You're up.
Dodgers versus Yankees over 8.5. After the total split in LA, I expect another high-scoring game and a must-win spot for the Yankees. Plus, Dodgers games have went over the total in 6 of their last 8 and 12 of 14 on the road. So, yeah, over 8.5 for me. And NHL action, Vegas versus Calgary. The NHL has been hot, and so have Vegas games with the over cashing in 5 straight. And I project a shootout between the Golden Knights and Flames. So over 8. I'm seeing some 6.5s. I would still back that, or you can wait just a couple minutes. It's just the NHL and soccer kind of go hand in hand. You wait just a couple minutes, you can get it down to that 6 or even 5.5 or better.
All right, very good. Can never forget about On the Ice. I got exactly 1 minute, Z-Man, just for you.
All right, I told you. I think the other shoe drops on Pittsburgh tonight. I like the Giants, and I especially like them when I'm teasing the Giants. So let's do 6-point teaser here tonight. Giants plus 12, and I'm also going to go with the over Giants Steelers over 30.5. I think this is a game that's played in the high teens. The game is kept close. The game goes over. And how about game 3 tonight? A little Dodgers, Yankees, Nerfy action. That's right. No runs in the first inning tonight for World Series game 3.
Thank God we don't have to hear Nerfies anywhere else in the betting universe, if you know, you know, or see any more walking bets, AB, in the universe, if you know, you know. Oh, my goodness. By the way, well, we have like 20 seconds. Hey, David, we're a universe here. We're a family here. We're a team here. And you have to write in there, Coach sucked yesterday. I already said that I sucked. I already said it. I used it in Z-Man's language, in fact. I already knew that my picks didn't suck. They were right on the number, literally right on the number. But you don't have to say that. AB, don't block him. I've got a thick back. Don't block him. We're just getting started. Good vibes all the way around. The live number right now is absolutely incredible. Still to come, we've got Educate and Entertain. We've got a full World Series Game 3 preview. We're looking at Monday mishaps. What do my guys think were the worst things that happened to them this weekend? That's still to come. We're just getting started on a full Monday of content. It is DTL, 10 a.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., only on Stadium. All right, all of you degenerates out there, we continue on our YouTube page. And last night, it's amazing, AB, how the books get it right so often. The number moved to 5.5 on Sunday Night Football. And somehow I kind of fell asleep, woke back up, and it was 30-24. And they had the football. I don't know how they do it, but Dak said after the game, we're not going to fade away. We're still going to be here. At what point do we just say the Cowboys stink?
3 weeks ago. I mean, like the Cowboys, quite frankly, like they didn't even play terrible last night. Like they started off by stopping the run and saying, look, you're going to have to throw. But Purdy could do it, man. Like I thought it was a good win for San Francisco. Like I'm not taking anything away from them. Dallas, it's just welcome. Like this is what happens when you have no O-line, no run game, can't stop the run, really.
Or any of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Z, let me come over to you because Purdy scores a rushing touchdown. Kittle had a monster game. That's what they're going to need, him and Debo moving forward.
Yeah, it's interesting, though, that with Ayuk out now, you still put up huge numbers from your skill guys in Samuel and Kittle. It's almost as if Purdy was more comfortable having less options to go to. You still got really good options, but he had less options, and you still put up 30 points. I mean, Cowboys had a chance late in that game, but for the most part, what was it, 27-10, I think, at one point? The 49ers were up. Like, this was a pretty dominant performance, and this Cowboy team is lame. I mean, I thought – I had high expectations for them coming into the season. This team, 3-4 now, they're going to struggle to win 9 games this year. This team is lousy. And we're now at a place where, you know what? Mid-season, it's very clear Mike McCarthy is going to be fired because they're going to miss the playoffs. And a lame duck coach is going to be fired after they miss the playoffs. We're at a place now where I think you're at the Mike McCarthy watch as far as him being the next coach to be fired mid-season.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. 3-4. Washington is 6-2, and Philadelphia is 5-2. 2 teams ahead of them in their own division in the NFC, which has a lot of teams with 5 and 6 wins already. It's just the end of an era in Dallas, another winless Super Bowl era as well. Oh, it's time for Monday Mishaps. Here we go. We are back on Stadium in just 3 seconds. All right, welcome back to Stadium. I got 4 of my absolute very best today, including producer man behind the scenes. AB is here. Z-Man is here. Chuck is here. Rafael Esparza is here. And this is the time of the week where you at home, I love for you to put into the chat, what was the game that kind of drove you crazy? What happened over the weekend that you said, man, that's just a mishap. I didn't like that. And guess what? Today, Monday Mishaps, brought to you by Weekend in Taipei.
You said no more secrets.
Shut up and let me drive. Okay, Mom, who is this guy?
I'm an undercover DEA agent to finally take Kwong's operation now.
Bring me my wife, and you killed John Lawler.
So you came back after all this time for Kwong, but not for me?
I just need 1 weekend. I'm not gonna lose you again. So you haven't changed a bit.
Thanks.
Weekend in Taipei, only in theaters November 8th.
All right, the last movie that we promoted here on DTL, it was number 1 in the country. I'm just saying. All right, AB, Monday Mishaps. Where do we go? Where do we start? Sir, you're up first as always.
Saturday college football, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. All right, a couple weeks ago, the Missouri coach said, and I quote, "We're standing on business. All eyes on me. All right, military-minded, 10 toes down on God." And got their ass whooped. Ass whooped. That's what happens. As soon as Missouri's quarterback went out, dude, Eli Drinkowitz, his face went to, I do not care about this game anymore. It's hilarious. This man could not have been more disinterested. He was just looking around like, please, can we just go to Buc-ee's after the game and get this thing done? It was hilarious.
That's a great one. It seems like an eternity ago that Missouri was a top 10 team. Everybody loves Columbia until after this weekend. Great one, AB. Great start. By the way, Abe Zilla says number 29 for the Bears may have had the worst karma day of all time. Abe Zilla, don't worry. We've got a little something coming up in Educate and Entertain. All right, Z, man, I'm coming over to you. What's your Monday mishap, sir?
Yeah, look, I got to go with what I think outside of football everybody is talking about this morning, and that took place yesterday afternoon as the Miami Heat unveiled the Dwayne Wade statue. The statue was unveiled in the afternoon. I showed my wife. The very first thing she said, she goes, "That's not him." And I'm like, I know. This statue's terrible. I mean, the pose, obviously, is the pose that you want. But Dwayne's face, it looks like what Dwayne Wade will look like in 30 years from now. It's like an aged version of Dwayne Wade. And that's right, there it is. Who is that? It's 70-year-old Dwayne Wade. It's so strange, too, because you could say, how did the team approve this? Dwayne Wade, he was involved with the whole process. The team didn't even see it until it was delivered. Dwayne put pictures on his Instagram where he's there during the making of it. He's helping out. Dwayne approved it. Dwayne was part of this whole process. So you can't blame the Miami Heat. Now, it might be embarrassing for the Heat, but it has nothing to do with the Heat. Dwayne improved this. And if nothing else, guys, I feel bad for the sculptors. You know how hard it is for them to make statues like that? I mean, God knows I could barely put pen to paper and draw a stick figure. And these guys here, they do this for a living. It's obviously a great statue. It just doesn't look like Dwayne Wade. And now these people, the sculptors, it's a very embarrassing day for them.
Go see Mike says Morpheus Wade, which is hilarious. In a world where, because I've been in video games before in the WWE, they have machines now, Z, that can literally scan you, and then you could put it up there for the statue makers to follow, literally down to the crease in your face. How this happened, I have no idea. That is so embarrassing and a fantastic Monday mishap. Oh my God. That may be the worst statue I've ever seen. Ever.
It's like I don't know if it was on Punk'd or what video it was where it was a Cristiano Ronaldo statue and he had the buck teeth and like the eyeballs were cross-eyed. But that was Punk'd. That was a joke. That wasn't for real. This is for real.
You got to believe at some point they will quietly move it out and put a new one in maybe 2 or 3 years down the road. All right, 2 great Monday mishaps so far. Well done, AB. Well done, Z. All right, Big Chuck, you got to follow that one. What do you got today?
I have to go to Saturday as well. The LSU game leading 17-7 at the half. The field goal kicking was atrocious. 3 missed field goals. Then to give up 31 second half points and end up losing 38-23. It was just a terrible loss for the Fighting Tigers. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I know that there was some miscommunication with the snapper and the holder, but to miss 3 and to end up getting blown out like that and not make the adjustments, pretty bad loss for my Tigers, but still only have 2 in that division, so still okay.
Yeah, they had that game in control. Absolutely in control. It was a primetime game on ESPN, and then they just laid down, and they could do nothing. Now, on the other side, A&M, they could be a squad with a nice finish that potentially could be a playoff team. All right, Raphael, coming over to you, big boy.
This was torn because I could say that how I lost my middle on live TV last night. Everyone was laughing and joking, but I lost my middle on live TV. I could say that. But I'm also going back to Saturday. Bettors, what do you do when you bet against Indiana? It was 6.5 all week. DG jumped on it 6.5. Then the bettors bet it all the way down to 5. Ooh, now I can take Indiana -5. Hey, honey, can I have an allowance raise? I want to put more money on the Hoosiers. And then Indiana blows them out. Bettors, sometimes a trend is just staring at you. You don't go against it.
You don't go against it. And finally, my Monday mishap is teams that just flat out can't hold on to leads. What are we doing in the NFL? I'll give props to Arizona. Did you all know at home that Arizona is now a first-place team? That's right, the Arizona Cardinals. Because Seattle, they've got multiple personalities. They're at home coming off a win against Atlanta, and the Bills come in and lay it on them in Seattle. But then Arizona comes back from a Tua-led Dolphins team that was up by 2 scores late in the game. Couldn't hold that one. How about Jacksonville? Trevor Lawrence, are we serious right now? You guys are going to allow the Packers to come into your house and win on a last-second field goal? These teams have got to figure it out. The games are not over until the clock hits 0, 0, 0, and 0. You guys got to be better across the league. It makes it exciting, but across the league. Now, you can consider their entire season a Monday mishap. And I'm talking about the New York Jets, Jets. Late in the game yesterday, they allowed a New England Patriot touchdown to go up 25-22, and they lose 5 games in a row. They're 2-6, but leave it to Aaron Rodgers to make it seem like the world has ended with the Jets.
Call this a moment of darkness for this team. Is that how you see it, and how do you get out of it? I mean, because you could just stay in darkness as well.
Yeah, I've been in the darkness. You got to go in there, make peace with it. Offensively, our goal has just got to be score 30. Doesn't matter what the other two sides are doing. You know, we have trust in our defense and teams, but if we're not scoring 30, we're underachieving. This offense can do that every single week.
Thanks.
AB, I've been in the darkness. I understand what the darkness is. I've relished the dark. What is Aaron? At some point, can we just get rid of him, please, AB? Please.
Yeah. Look, first off, he's not Bane, all right? He's not born in the darkness here. Let me say this. Jets, you deserve every piece of karma that you're getting. You fired a good man to appease an asshole, selfish quarterback that will bail on you the second that he gets a chance to do it. Watch. He'll do it. He'll leave you and will not care about you whatsoever. The darkness, that's your problem to deal with, not his, because he's already got his money. Nice job. Nice job. You deserve every piece of karma coming your way. You deserve all of this.
And now Robert Salah is with the Packers, who look like a playoff team this year. Z, let me come over to you, because at 2-6, and he's talking about all we got to do is score 30 points, but it's this nonsense darkness. And with his history of going to that place where he was in that hut for 6 days or whatever, it's just, I'm just tired of this.
I mean, I don't want to hear any more about darkness and Aaron Rodgers douchebag retreats. Okay. This team, you could talk about, hey, this offense is capable of scoring 30 points. You're legitimately halfway through the season. You have not scored 30 points yet this year. If you're halfway through the year and you haven't done something yet, you can't do it. Your offense is not capable of scoring 30. You're not good enough. There's no reason to believe that the offense is capable of that. And by the way, this defense isn't as good as it's cracked up to be either. Let's be honest here. All right. You know, Patriots are no first prize. That team stinks. It was Jacoby Brissett who comes. Jacoby Brissett. I don't know if I need to tell you, Jacoby Brissett sucks. And you got beat by the backup quarterback who was benched already for a rookie. Brissett had to come in, Drake made concussion, and that's what beat you. This Jets defense is not all it's cracked up to be. The New York Jets at 2-6, they're obviously going nowhere. Don't confuse it. This is a team that could very well be on the clock for the number 1 overall pick coming up next draft. And let's be honest about something here. You know, they just traded Devontae Adams. What's Rodgers going to do after this season? Like, why would he want to go back? And why would the Jets want him back?
They might be the only team that would actually pay him the $40 million plus that he'll believe, Raphael, that he still deserves. And I think Z hit on a great point here. Is at some point you get to a point in the season and say, this team just can't do it, instead of they've got to get it going. They got to get it going. Maybe they can't get it going.
No, they can't get it going at all. And I am hoping and praying that Mike McCarthy gets fired from the Cowboys next year. And he's a new New York Jets coach with Aaron Rodgers and all that. Heck, that's my NFL dream that I want next year. So we can talk about the hysterical New York Jets week after week next year as well, because they're in trouble for the next couple of weeks. I don't know what team's worse in New York, Giants or Jets, and their future, because both of them are trending downward.
And Big Chuck, I got about 20 seconds for you. The Giants still have a chance to answer that question tonight on Monday Night Football.
I think the Giants definitely have a better shot than the Jets. I think last season took a lot out of that defense. Last year was probably their window. Now they would really need to win the last 9 straight, and then they have the Texans and Cardinals coming up, and then the Seahawks and 3 of their next 4. I think it's going to be a difficult season for the Jets to get more than maybe 4 or 5 more wins.
Yeah, I mean, the Buffalo Bills are just going to be kind of sliding into the playoffs at 6-2. Then you got 2 teams that are 2-6, the Jets and the Patriots, and you got Miami at 2-5. I don't know that there's ever been a team at halfway through the season that has had an easier road to get to the playoffs than the Buffalo Bills. Now it's about, can they do it and get a high seed? Remember, there's only one team that gets a bye, and the Chiefs did win yesterday. They improved to 7-0, but only one team gets that number 1 seed. All right, still to come here on DTL. What a good vibe this morning. We've got a full Game 3 preview. Where do we head in the Bronx? Also, they'll educate and entertain. It's Driving the Line live on a Monday here on Stadium. And we continue on here on our YouTube page. And AB, I've never heard of this before in my life, but yesterday, Anthony Richardson, the quarterback, not running back, not receiver, the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, got tired. It was 2nd and goal from like the 20, but still it was 2nd and goal. He taps himself on the head, asks out of the game, and after the game actually admitted it. Have you ever heard anything of the like?
No, I haven't. Look, and I'll take up for Anthony Richardson. He's a tough dude. I've seen him since he was at Florida. This dude will go. Like, he's not a punk, right? He's just too honest. Like, you just can't really do that. It's just not good optics. But they did run him 3 times beforehand. It was just weird. It was one of those things where he was honest, and nothing like negative about him. It was just, you can't really do that.
And he's so young, Big Chuck, that I don't think he realized what he was saying or doing.
Absolutely. I would have thought he would just taken a timeout and come over, and took a few seconds to gather his bearings. But unfortunately, he did not do that, and it played out on national TV, and then he come in and admitted to it. So it's definitely not a good look for Mr. Richardson.
Z, talk to me.
I mean, he's also not an NFL quarterback. Like, he's a nice kid. University of Florida, obviously, so I like him. I'm an alum as well. 10 for 32 yesterday. You know, I saw the Dolphins against the Colts. Colts won the game, but Richardson was terrible there also. He can't throw the football. 10 of 32 is not NFL caliber. I'm sorry. And he's not a rookie anymore. You know, I understand he only played 4 games last year, but this is second year in the league. And it's kind of similar to the Cleveland Browns, where this is a Colts team that's 4-4 while getting horrid quarterback play. And you saw the Browns yesterday. The Browns were, 1-5 going into the game, 1-6. They've been getting horrible quarterback play. And I'm not going to tell you Jameis Winston is great quarterback play, but even average quarterback play. You saw what the Browns were able to do yesterday. They beat the Ravens. I think it's 2 very similar situations. Anthony Richardson does not look like an NFL quarterback to me.
10 for 32 yesterday. Maybe the best athlete in the game playing the quarterback position, but he has got to get better. You talk about rookie quarterbacks going in their second year. Look at C.J. Stroud. The Houston Texans are 6-2. They're a playoff team right now. You got to get better. You got to get better. All right, we are heading to the back half of the show. We're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. All right, we have crossed the bottom of the hour. Thank you to all of you. Our live number today, absolutely spectacular. So thank you to everybody. If you are watching on our YouTube page, please hit that like button on the way in. If you're watching on Stadium, wherever Stadium is, you will find us. I am the coach. We are on Amazon Prime Video, YouTube TV, Roku TV. How about the Stadium app? My crew's everywhere all over there, and also watchstadium.com. Now, tonight, the World Series shifts back to the Bronx. The Dodgers, 2-0. Game number 1 may be one of the greatest finishes, if not the greatest finish in the history of the World Series. A walk-off grand slam into the same area where Kirk Gibson's hit his back in 1988. But now, Raphael, I'm going to start with you because you're my numbers guy. The Yankees are -145 favorites, that according to DraftKings, and total sitting at 8.5. We have a ton of plays on this game, different plays, but do you think the books have the numbers right? Start us off.
At this moment, yes, but I think California money were coming. So if you're looking to bet the Yankees, I would say wait. It might go back down to -140. I don't think we'll see -135 like we saw all last night. I think -140, 142 would be the closing number. Let's just wait for California and coaches' friends to wake up and bet this game, and we'll get a better number. If you like the other side, get it, because this is the best number you are going to get. And if you like the Yankees to maybe still win the World Series, they just lost 2 road games. Now you have 2 home games. They're plus 350 to win the World Series. You're not going to get that price anymore.
Well, it's actually 3 now. It's 2-3-2. So games is Monday, Tuesday,
right.
and Wednesday will all be in the Bronx. Shout out to Kirk. He says he likes Edmonds tonight over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. At AB, good news. Dave Roberts said on Sunday that Shohei, even with a partially dislocated shoulder after stealing second base in game number 2, should be good to go tonight for game number 3.
Yeah, that's good. You definitely want to have him in there, even in the lineup as, not a dummy hitter, but just having him leading off makes a big difference. Now, the big thing with Aaron Judge, all right, yes, he's not hitting the ball at all. We know that. But he was getting up to the plate with 2 outs almost every at bat. And I've seen this before. It happened with Tennessee and Christian Moore. And once they kind of moved things around and got him out of hitting out of a 2-out hole every single time, kid blew up. I'm fascinated to see if the Yankees do any lineup adjustments around him tonight. Also, take a look at Juan Soto and his history against Walker Buehler. And speaking of pitchers, okay, grips. All right. It's going from a temperature of 70 degrees to 45 degrees tonight between Los Angeles and New York. So what you will get is that your grips are going to be stronger. All right. You're going to have a better, more solid grip on the ball, but your velos will be down. Velocity, because it's colder and it's going to be tougher to get. So those sliders, curves that were just cutting across the plate, they're going to be cutting over the fence tonight because it's not going to hit as much. So pay attention and watch for that.
Something to think about, and we'll have kind of a live sweat AB tonight on Primetime Live. And Z, let me come over to you, because when you talk about pressure, this is pressure now. The Yankees, if they don't win tonight, this thing is over. No team's ever come back from 3-0 in the World Series in the history of the thing. And so the Yankees have not proven they're a good pressure team. Do you think that they are and will be tonight?
You know, I really felt that the Yankees were in a great spot going into the World Series, considering that Aaron Judge had been struggling, because, you know, the logic would be, all right, eventually he's going to snap out of it, and they've managed to get to the World Series, and you still haven't even gotten the huge performances from Aaron Judge. So I still feel that way. Like, I don't really have any reason to believe that that's still not going to be the case. I think he's too good a player. They're back in the Bronx tonight. They obviously need to take at least 2 of these 3 games in New York and send the series back to Los Angeles to have a chance here. But I still think you're going to get the big moment from Aaron Judge. Now, obviously, it has to start tonight. And I would also push back on anyone who believes that this series is over. You know, it's 2-0 Dodgers, series is over. I hate that. In a 7-game series, when the home team goes up 2-0 and we talk about this series over, I get it. It's a tough task for the Yankees to now win 4 out of 5 against the mighty Dodgers. But can we let both teams play a home game before we talk about a series being over? I think the Yankees get back in this thing tonight.
Yeah, and historically, Big Chuck, the Dodgers have shown in these playoffs they can give up a game or two. So Z-Man's absolutely right. What do you make of Game 3 tonight?
The series usually starts when it comes back and they get to play at home. I'm liking this one, and it's been a great World Series. I know the Yankees really had a shot with bases loaded and 1 out the last time on Friday night. Unfortunately, they were unable to get anyone home with Volpe and company. But I think this is going to be a good one. Yeah, I see that number continuing to climb. I'm wondering if we're going to get to a 9 for this total. I'm seeing that juice continue to grow for the total. So I'm interested to see if we get to 9. But it looks like definitely a Yankee spot. They should put up plenty of runs. And Soto, and also look at Jazz Chisholm. He's maybe another opportunity for any player props.
All right, AB, quick, go.
Yeah, real quick. Just want to say, so the mindset for the Dodgers here, now that you're up 2-0 in a 2-3-2 series, is to just win 1 game at minimum, or just win 1 game in New York, because then you come back to Los Angeles and you just have to win 1 out of 2 at home. So that's kind of the mindset here. Pay attention to tonight. If the Yankees go off early, Dodgers might not want to blow their bullpen.
Yeah, they may manage that way. Certainly, Dave Roberts will have to think about that, because that's legitimately, if you ask him before the series, that's all he would tell you. Be like, listen, I would love to be up 3-2 coming back to LA and win it here. That would be a lie detector that he would be able to pass. All right, it is now time, and this is hilarious if you haven't seen it. It's time to educate and entertain. All right, yesterday, absolutely outplaying Lamar Jackson on the field was Jameis Winston. Over 300 yards passing. Ken Dorsey is calling the plays. That was evident, and they looked awesome in beating the Ravens, which allows the Steelers tonight to potentially be alone in first place. But prior to the game, I'm not sure if this is English. I'm not sure if it's Spanish. I don't know what it is. This is Jameis Winston prior to the game getting his team hyped up.
I believe. Me too. I believe. Me too. I believe. Come on. I believe. I believe. Listen, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord got for the Cleveland Browns. Come on. Okay? We don't have to see instant gratification. We don't have to see something good happen, folks. We got to believe. Yes, sir. We got to have that unwavering faith. Come on. I got that. Come on. All right. You got one opportunity. You got one opportunity. Yeah. I'm stopping, man. And I believe in my crew. Hold with me. I want you to go. Family on 3, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family. Believe.
Instagram has made it into pregame speeches. AB, is Jameis Winston now clearly the best soundbite in the NFL?
He's had multiple. Look, remember he was eating doves, all right? West Coast, eating them up. Jameis could do it. Look, hey, you know what else? It worked. It worked. Jameis worked, man. That team just needed something to believe in, and he gave it to them. They're also hilarious every time he does this. And side note, if anybody ever watched Jameis pitch at Florida State, that dude could be in Major League Baseball right now. No lie. That dude was money.
Reginald said he's going to be a pastor after he retires. Raphael, he very well might be. He cracks me up.
Yeah, I hats off to him because remember when he came in the league, he had so much negativity coming into the league, and he totally flipped it. I love him. The people here in New Orleans miss him. They wish he was still here. Hats off to Jameis too, flipping his career around and his identity around in the NFL. He's well loved in Cleveland right now. He's probably going to be the Cleveland starting quarterback all this season and maybe even next season.
Yeah, it seems like a great leader, says John in the chat. Z, I mean, this guy right now, they're following him, and they look like a completely different team yesterday, and this just adds to it for me.
I mean, Jameis is a clown, but he's really easy to like. He's a very likable clown. You know, everyone loved Bozo. Bozo was fun. Jameis Winston's a clown, but, like, he's super likable. His teammates love him everywhere he goes. Every team he's been on, teammates love him. And, you know, it's not just that you have a halfway decent quarterback. Don't forget, number one overall pick in the draft. You know, he's obviously been a bust in those regards, but he can give you average quarterback play. Ken Dorsey's a quarterback who wants to pass, a play caller who wants to pass the football. And they're not going to work with Deshaun Watson. He sucks. Jameis Winston wants to throw the football. And also, don't take for granted how much it means for those guys in the huddle and those guys around him. There's no way they have any kind of respect playing with Deshaun Watson. He's terrible. Those guys definitely like Jameis Winston. I think that plays a part too, is that dudes like playing with him.
Yeah, almost 350 yards passing yesterday. Now, another thing that happened that was funny for a lot of us, not for this cat. Producer, man, I need you to roll the video, and then Big Chuck, you get to talk about it first. At the end of the Bears-Commanders game yesterday, this guy was taunting the crowd as the game or play was getting ready to take off. You see Jaden Daniels. He's got the ball, and then all of a sudden, Tyreek Stevenson goes, oh, wait a second. I still have a game. I still have a play. And then after the game, he had to apologize to the entire Bears fan base and his teammates for talking trash before the game even went off. Big Chuck, have you ever seen this before?
Haven't seen that before, but we all know that adage that the ball generally finds you, and it found him. So he happened to be the one who tipped it up, and Noah Brown come down with it. So, yeah, that's the moment he'll have to live with for the rest of his life. So I hate to see it for him, but like I said, the ball usually finds you, and then it was the biggest play right there. So, yeah, hopefully he can get over that one, but still just a great play overall. So sad to see that someone had to act a fool in such a big spot.
15 seconds for everybody, so everybody gets in. AB, go.
Yeah, he was the one that tipped it up in the air. When you're a DB, you tip it down. That's called ball Oski caught. Clown. There's your bozo.
Z, go.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible buffoonery. There's no other way to put it. I do wonder, though, like, if they still caught the Hail Mary, but he wasn't the one to tip it, we'd still be pointing out that he was taunting, and then look at you now, your team lost. But the fact that he was also the one who tipped it, it's an all-time loser play.
Raphael.
Lost my middle on live TV.
Oh, my God. Absolutely hilarious. And I think Z brings up a great point. Regardless of how this would have turned out, if they catch the ball, this guy looks like an all-time clown. And hopefully his teammates are not piling on. He seems like he feels bad. He put out a tweet right after the game was over. But my goodness, this is what a lot of players can't figure out. We saw it across the league yesterday. The game is not over until the game is over. My goodness. Then you got to go out and you got to go on the apology tour. Awful, awful. All-time clown show at the end of the game yesterday with one of the all-time great finishes. All right, still to come, we got the whip around. We're looking forward to Monday Night Football. It's DTL on Stadium. All right, we continue on, you degenerates, here on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. And I had some, I have all these things, AB, that I get notified. Steph Curry, ankle, MRI, top story. Then I got to thinking, I haven't even really paid attention, and we're almost a week through the NBA. At what point do you start paying attention to the NBA at all?
April? No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'll give it a month. Like, I'm watching, don't get me wrong, but it's like any sport now. Like, the first 3 weeks are just, you just don't know. You just don't know. It's just random.
It really is. Z, you live in Miami. You've got an NBA team in your city. Is it different there than it is in other cities that don't have an NBA team?
Yeah, probably. The Heat have been top dog down here for a very long time, for probably going on between 15 and 20 years. The Heat have been the main attraction. I mean, look, you'll see tonight, it's a random Monday night against the lowly Detroit Pistons. Place will be packed. It's every game is sold out. Doesn't matter who they're playing or what day of the week it is. I pay attention all the time. Historically, the NBA is my favorite league and basketball is my favorite sport. But it's hard in October. There's just, like, take tonight, for instance. Guys, we have sports equinox tonight. You know that? Today's the only day of the year there's a sports equinox, which means you have NHL, MLB, NFL, and NBA. Only day of the year. It's tonight. There's just so much going on. And all of those other sports that I just mentioned there, you can make the case, certainly are more important than the NBA right now.
Raphael, I got about 20 seconds for you.
He forgot about the MLS playoffs, too. They're also going tonight.
Oh.
But NBA starts on Christmas. Get over it. It starts on Christmas.
Charles, MLS, 10 seconds for you.
Yeah, that on the NBA usually gives me about a month. I'm just now I'm a big NHL guy, and I'm just now inserting that one. So, yeah, then we still have the MLS, soccer, baseball still going on, football, of course, NCAA. So, yeah, NBA probably about a couple weeks to a month for me.
I completely forgot about the equinox. Thank you, Z, for reminding us of that. Wow. NHL, Major League Baseball, NBA, and I know I'm missing one, basketball, I think. All right, we're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, DTL. Really good morning. Great live number today, so thank you to all of you watching on Stadium, on Amazon Prime, on YouTube TV, on Roku TV. Also, for you OGs and degenerates that watch on our YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in as well. Do not forget tonight, 7 Eastern time. Best crew in the business, counting down to the last game of week number 8. And if this game is anything like the weekend, it could be banana land. The Giants going to Pittsburgh. The number is 6 according to DraftKings. So, AB, let me come back over to you before we get to the whip around, because the Steelers, I think, are a team that is a complete enigma. We don't want to give them the credit. They come in with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Justin Fields holds the fort, but now I think this is the team that Mike Tomlin, and when they traded for Russell Wilson, they all thought they were going to get. So I feel like it's kind of a showcase tonight for the Steelers and Russell Wilson.
Well, it better be, because I'll tell you this, the New York Giants, their defensive plan is going to be, I don't care if you have to put 11 people on the line of scrimmage. You stop the run and you force Russell Wilson to throw on every snap, beat you in the air. If they beat you with his arm, fine, whatever. But you ain't going to do it with Najee Harris. That is going to be the chess match tonight. I swear to God, they're going to blitz and just load up the line and say, Russ, you have to do this. And I don't know if Russ can or not. We'll see.
And Najee's been terrific. He's been not Derrick Henry-like, but he gets one of those big ones, Z, every single game where he hits the line and then busts out and goes for 30 or 40 yards. But I think George Pickett is a guy that we've got to focus on. We'll see him in matchups later on tonight. He wants to be the guy. He wants to be the star receiver. And maybe now with Russell Wilson, he can be.
Yeah, and I don't think you're asking for too much out of Russell Wilson tonight. You're not going to need the 37 that you scored last week. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a close game tonight. I like the Giants to cover, but I think 20 points, if you're Pittsburgh, I think that gets you to the win. I could easily see this a 20-16 Steeler win. I think the Giants keep it close, but I don't think you're going to see a lot of points here this evening. So you really don't have to ask for Russell Wilson to do too much.
I'm feeling that points bands just a little bit. That points bands in the 20 and the 11 to 20. That's kind of what I'm feeling as well, Z. Raphael, let me come over to you, because the Giants are a team, as you look at it, they're 2-5. They're in a division with a 6-2 Washington team, a 5-2 Philadelphia team, just a half game back. Both of those teams Well, at least Philadelphia looked great on Sunday. Washington is figuring out ways to win. And for Jaden Daniels as a rookie quarterback, it's awesome. So now if you're the Giants and you're in New York City, you're going to be front page news regardless. How do they fix losing 28-3 a week ago at home, and now they go on the road?
Just any kind of positive quarterback play. That's all they need. They can still lose the game. Let's say Danny Dimes has a decent game. They just need a decent game from anyone who's behind center. The Steelers should win this game. They should be able to control the division. They saw what happened yesterday with Baltimore losing. This is a Steelers game. I'm a little bit shocked it's still at 6. I don't think we're going to see any line movement on this number. Maybe the total. I think it stays 6 now all the way to around game time.
Yeah, Big Chuck, Zach says, kind of agrees with Rafael, but I don't see this Giants team scoring 16 on this Pittsburgh defense tonight. Will this be a show-out night for that Pittsburgh D?
I believe so. I'm expecting the defensive battle, a lower scoring game. Even though I like the total in the under, we kind of missed the best of that. So I could see a Steelers and the unders the correlation, but I really like a teaser. I would kind of go the other way with the Steelers in the under because I wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for them just to win by 6 exactly. So if we could get a little cushion for them just to win and a little bit more points, more closer to that original total, I would absolutely take that.
I could see a 20-17, so I don't mind the over right here. I could also see this in a teaser spot. I really could. AB, you like teasers? Quick before we get to the whip around. If you tease the Steelers down, now you have them at even money on this number, and you could tease it with something else.
Yeah, anything that you could just get that number down, there could be a real lack of points from everyone tonight.
All right, we will see. Again, we are on at 7 Eastern time, DTL Primetime Live, right here on Stadium. Now, there's many of you that are working or you're driving around or you don't have a full hour to hang out with us, and we get that. So we like to give you all of our picks one more time in an entertaining fashion. We like to call the whip around. Here we go, boys. AB, I'm starting with you. You think we get back to the Bronx tonight, we get back home, and Aaron Judge has to show up. You are up.
I like Aaron Judge over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs tonight. I think he does show up because he understands what time it is, and he's a proud guy, and he works hard, doesn't blame anybody else. I really like it. Also, the funniest thing, Anthony Richardson, when he came out of the game, I forgot. They sent Flacco in to call a handoff and come right back out.
Classic. Oh, my goodness. It just gets better and better. By the way, shout out to Brent. He says, I got the show on as I'm fixing the icy machines here in Tennessee. That's dedication, sir, to the product. Big Chuck, coming over to you. You like baseball and you like hockey today. Talk to me.
Dodgers Yankees over 8.5 and a must-win game for the Yankees. I see plenty of runs. Plus, these Dodgers games have went over the total in 6 of their last 8. And Vegas, Calgary, Vegas games, they've just been high scoring, 5 straight to the over, especially at home. Give me the over 6. I would even look at the 6.5 in this one.
And that's a little bit of a later start tonight as well. A West Coast time in Calgary at the Saddle Dome. Rafael, you're up.
Give me the Yankees minus 140. I would wait because it's up to minus 159. This number will come down to back to minus 140. So give me the Yankees on a must-win game. And give me the Steelers team total touchdowns over 2.5 plus 155. They have scored 30 points in back-to-back games. They have hit this prop 3 out of 4.
Man, I tell you what, my man Rafael finds stats and numbers that we don't even know exist. Z-Man, bring us home.
Yeah, we're going to go with a teaser for Monday Night Football tonight. I think the game's close, so I especially like the Giants plus 12, and we'll also take the over 30.5. It's at minus 120 for a 6.2 team teaser. And Dodgers-Yankees, game 3 tonight, the Bronx, Yankee Stadium. Give me that no runs in the first. Give me that Nerfy for minus 105. No runs after 1 inning of play tonight.
Oh, you know how to grind my gears, Z-Man. You know how to grind my gears with a good old Nerfy. All right, we are at the end of the show, and every single day we have Rafi stat of the day. Rafael, where are we going today, sir?
We're going tonight. Since 2019, the Giants and the Jets are combined 4-32 in primetime games. I guess we're all waving the yellow towel tonight.
It begs the question quickly, Z, why are the Jets and Giants getting 36 primetime games
Well,
since 2019.
I mean, come on. We all know the answer to that. It's the media capital of the world. And you know, if you want to make the case about the Giants, fine, but we understand the Jets, you know, and not even talk about Aaron Rodgers, just the Jets are such a lightning rod for poor play, but it's the media capital of the world. It's not hard to figure out.
No doubt about it. All right, AB, we love to do things together here at the brand, and we love when the crew plays with us, and we're hoping someday to make this even bigger. But for now, it's the Howie Schraub Crew Play of the Day. What do the voters say?
Well, they're all over. All right, that's what they love, being with the fam. Steelers -6. They are feeling Pittsburgh tonight at home.
Big Chuck, does that surprise you? They went with the Steelers instead of something in Monday Night Football or even the Giants on the other side?
Not really. As you say, football is king, and Steelers being at home, they figure going up against this Giants team, they should win by at least a touchdown.
AB, preview my no-fly zone tonight for me, big boy.
There will be interceptions all over the board because, look, Russell Wilson is going to be forced to throw, but the same thing with the Steelers. They're going to say, you're not running on us, Daniel Jones. You have to throw too. Pass attempts will be way up tonight, way up.
You get the no-fly zone about 7:20 Eastern time, but I encourage you to tune in for the entire show. Gentlemen, well freaking done, as always, on a Monday. It is now time for you to all go out in the world and for you to pay it forward. This is how you get your week started. If you missed any of the show, do not forget, we are replayed at 4 p.m. Eastern time in the afternoon to get that afternoon block started. And then again, we are live at 7 Eastern time tonight. And understand this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire love them all. My man from South Florida, love the Z-Man. My numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Big Chuck from the Dirty Dirty. Of course, AB and producer man always helping me make the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day right here on Driving the Line. Good luck. Have a great day.